Hello and welcome to the Mandalorian Fan Podcast. As we're covering the Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 12. This is the Mandalorian Fan Podcast number 34. I'm Hank,
And I'm Alex.
and we're your hosts. Each week, we try to chime in on one of these amazing Star Wars shows, and the Bad Batch has been really well received, in my opinion. This week, it is Rescue on Ryloth. The admiral talks to Cham and Eleni, trying to get them to crack. And he brings up something about Hera, trying to insinuate, hey, it's dangerous out there. You wouldn't want something to happen to her and stuff, just trying to get under their skin. And that's when we get Hauser lagging behind, and he's just kind of looking at him. And you could tell that is the direction he's going, is he is swaying away from the Empire and towards these people he's worked with. What'd you think about Hauser?
Yeah, so you could tell that, especially, the looks he was giving Cam and the ones that are in the cells, and he's kind of giving them kind of a sympathetic look. So that he's not 100% behind this empire and this imperial occupation. And I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but if you notice, like on the side of his cheek, there's like some scarring or something. And so I'm kind of, that might be some type of clone degeneration going on as well.
Ooh. I like that.
Or like some type of cloning flaw of some sort anyways.
When he questions the Admiral, I was like, not a good career decision, man. Don't keep second guessing him. And he kept second guessing him the whole episode.
Yeah, especially when, it came to pass in which, we don't know where that shot came from, but it definitely wasn't Cam. And it's like, oh, who was it then?
Right.
It's like, that was Crosshair, you dumbass.
Chopper and Hera do some recon while Crosshair and his team hunt for her, because she's not leaving without her parents. I did like that. And then Omega is trying to fix Gonki's prime power source, and Hunter's like, he's defective, and Gonki seemed to take exception to that. I love how they make the robots have character.
Yeah, and then Omega pipes in, don't worry, we're all defective too.
Yes. She's getting just even better and better. I didn't think that character could get better. Tech gets a signal, and it's a message from Hera. Then Omega and Hunter, they have a good exchange about not putting themselves on the line every time somebody's in trouble. Then her rebuttal to that was like, that's what soldiers do. They put their life on the line for other people. What did you think about that?
Oh, definitely. There was a really good conflict, I guess you could say, between Omega and Hunter. And Hunter says, yeah, this really isn't a sound that we go and we go back there. But, Omega talks him into it anyway. And they go back to Ryloth.
On Ryloth, Hera tells the Bad Batch what's going on. And Hunter says, there's no guarantees. I caught that immediately when he initially said it right now. But it seems like the Omega and Hera didn't really take that into consideration, that this could be a no after we gather all the information.
Right. He was kind of being a jerk about it. That's my most polite, I guess, clean version of saying it. And it seemed like he was looking for any type of excuse to get out of this.
Right. Yes. The admiral says Senator Orn Free is going to make a full recovery. Um, I don't think that's true. Do you?
Um, I would think we would see him in some type of med bay or something to say, "Hey, I'm making a recovery," but I'm pretty sure he's dead.
So why would he say that? Is that just to keep the people from going crazy?
I think so. Which and there's some things that he does in this episode that I question, and and part of it I believe has to do with, yeah, if we have all of these sympathizers to Cham, then we'll arrest them too. Well, guess what? You're going to be arresting 3/4 of the planet, and you're going to have an uprising on your hands.
Most certainly. Omega spots Crosshair, and the team debates the plan with Hunter, and then Hunter notices that probe droid floating around, and their location has been given away, which increases the likelihood they'll get captured. So this whole thing is off. And I felt like the whole dynamic changed once they saw Crosshair was there.
Yeah, but again, Hunter said, "Oh, we got spotted by the probe droid. We we got to leave. Like the best we can do is, to Hera, get you to safety, and that's it."
Yeah.
But then some about it's strategically impossible. But then again, again, Omega kind of talks them into staying, and then it seemed like, oh, Crosshairs here, bum bum bum, and that's kind of like their reason for staying.
So Omega's disappointed. Crosshair and the Admiral kind of spar over what the priorities should be, because once he knows the Bad Batch are there, that he just gets a singular focus like a good villain.
Right.
And that doesn't always play well with the Admiral. So Omega says the Bad Batch are her brothers. That's what she tells Hera. Omega thinks the plan should come from Hera because it's, like home court advantage, home planet advantage, I guess. I don't know. Them two are so awesome because what Hera is going to grow up to be. But
Mhm.
seeing her and Omega interact at this time period is just pretty fun for me. Hauser talks to the Syndulas, and I was like, man, he keeps putting himself in harm's way. This will not end well.
And not only that, but he's saying he's trying to, gain their confidence. He's doing this to help Hera, and Cham's not buying it.
No. Hera's plan is to attack the refinery as a diversion. Hunter gives Hera and Omega the chance to go on the mission. I was stunned when he was like, yeah, you're going to be going, but, stay behind a little bit, lag behind a little bit
Mhm.
or whatever. But I was like, this is a big moment here. I like it. He's going to take off the reins a little bit.
Yeah.
Chopper is awesome when he shocks a droid that was in that the little area that he wanted to be at, and then he gets caught. I was cracking up because he puts his little hands up, all his little arms up. And
Did anybody notice, like, especially like the scene before that, when Chopper kind of sneaks in line of all those R2 units, and if you're listening carefully, it almost sounds like R2D2's in there somewhere.
yes,
And I had to look a couple times. In fact, I rewound it just to make sure that the droid that was right in front of Chopper was an R2. It wasn't, it was a different, uh, I think it was green, not
yeah,
blue,
a little different color.
but still it was pretty cool.
That is cool. Omega and Hera are up. Omega informs Tech that it's Plan B time, which was a little jarring to Tech, I think. And then Chopper shocks some more, some more people as Omega and Hera take down the cannons. Them two in that plane was outstanding.
Yeah, for two that I think Omega might have slightly more flying experience, but they're both inexperienced nonetheless. So I'm sure that the Bad Batch are kind of a little nervous with them handling this.
Yes, I love it. The Admiral is going to the refinery and leaves Hauser to guard the Capitol. Oh boy. And then Crosshair has that moment where he's heading to the refinery and then he's like, no, it's a diversion. He
Yeah,
knows how, I mean, it makes sense because he knows how they would operate. So I like how that makes sense.
yeah,
And
you're absolutely right. What he kind of expecting like we've done this before. They're they're gonna try to come out this one way, and of course it doesn't quite happen like that because the Bad Batch were alerted, but that was a pretty good call on Crosshair's part.
then Hauser, he was the one that alerted them, and he's going to stay on Ryloth. I thought that was the biggest mistake on Earth, and he delivered
Yeah,
a really good speech, though, that sways some of the troopers, but they get arrested as the team flies away. I
I
thought that
thought
was a huge mistake.
I thought for sure Crosshair was gonna get him.
Yes, just kill him.
And
Yep.
yeah, because it's like, you know what? We don't need these rebel sympathizers or anti-imperial.
Scum.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I thought that was kind of risky, and it was almost like it was an equal amount of clone troopers, and
Yeah,
so it's like, you know what? You could have easily have fought that,
that's what I
but
said. That's what I was thinking. Like either fought or ran away, joined the rest of the Twi'leks that are
so yeah.
resisting.
So why did they? It didn't make sense that they surrendered because
No.
I, I as we know, things bad things are probably happen to most of our clone troopers.
Yes. Hunter refuses payment. And he also still won't join in on the battle. And Hera and Omega say goodbye. I found I understood him refusing the payment, but you're kind of in the thick of it and you have a common enemy. So that's the part that's just not sticking with me so far is like I don't get his logic on staying out of the battle.
I think what's in order to get the Bad Batch into the battle, so to speak, is for them to lose one of their own to make it personal. And I think with this episode, I think we're going to start kind of we're on the path now to that season finale.
Yes, most certainly. The Admiral grants Crosshair permission to hunt the Bad Batch down.
And
Oh man.
cue the ominous music.
He's gonna start wearing a hood. Ah,
So again, this is again where this is where we're gonna be going for the next final episodes of the season. Is we're finally gonna have that final confrontation between Crosshair and the rest of the Bad Batch.
well, it is time to dole out our ratings for this episode. Did you want to go first this week?
Sure. So, as I stated last week, a lot of people, were kind of like, "Oh, this is a episode of Rebels Origins and with a little cameo by the Bad Batch." And I told everyone, "Just wait, next episode, it's gonna flesh itself out, and sure enough, it did. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and give this a very proficient 8 out of 10.
Nice.
And so it was a good episode. Some of the characters I question their motives of why they did certain things, especially uh
Hauser.
especially with Hauser, exactly. But and another thing, the admiral leaving like that, he just like took off, but he's not wise for the diversions like Crosshair was. And so yeah, it was interesting. We kind of finished this story up, and so we're going to be going somewhere next. And so the teaser at the end of this episode was Crosshair saying, "Give me permission to go hunt him down." And so and that's in fact what we're going to be seeing. So again, very good episode, 8 out of 10. Can't wait for next week.
Me either. I'm pretty much in lockstep with you. I just thought there were some situations that just didn't make very much sense. It felt like more like it was forced than it was an
Mhm.
actual plot point or developing anything or such. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. It was a action-packed 8. We do have a piece of feedback here, and I'm gonna read it on up. I thought we had another one, but I can't find it, so I apologize if we had another one. But this one comes to us from Russ. After a disappointing Rebels episode last week, I thought this was a really good return to form for the Bad Batch this week. Hopefully, the last few episodes maintain the excitement from this week as Crosshair pursues the team in earnest. Question for you guys. Do you think Crosshair ends up back with the good guys by season's end, or do you think he continues as an ongoing villain? Or even worse, the team ultimately has to sacrifice him. Thanks for the insight each week. And that is Russ. Russ, thank you so much for sending that in. Oh, man. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't think he ends up with the good guys this season. And here's what I think. He either A is going to stay a complete villain his entire run, or B, he'll turn good in the final moments before he's taken out. I don't think he comes back to the team because you almost had a situation where it's like they felt like they needed to remove one to add Omega. So I don't think they will bring him in conjunction with Omega like that. I think he's going to just either A, stay all the way bad and meet his demise, and it could carry on for seasons, or he'll turn good at the final seconds before he gets obliterated by something. What about you, Alex?
So I kind of follow in that same likeness in which I believe that um, remember I stated earlier, in order for the Bad Batch to fully join the rebellion, they need a purpose, and the purpose could be Crosshair. In fact, Crosshair, right at the last moment, uh, he sees the error of his ways, gets the inhibitor chip taken out, and makes a huge sacrifice for the team to save them. But again, a sacrifice for his own life, and he's taken out, like you said. So I think that's how this is going to be playing out.
Okay. We are in agreement. Russ, I really am curious. What do you think about that, Russ? Russ joins the live stream I do on every Thursday, Hank's Happy Hour on Facebook
Mhm.
Live, YouTube Live. So you can follow TPE Network on either of those places and join me. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you can like and subscribe to this video as well. We would greatly appreciate it. And thank you to the people who have been buying TP Network merchandise. I'm getting out of the
Woo!
camera frames, but you see, like you see. But there's been a lot of people buying our merch. TPNetwork.com. Just click the store link and it takes you to our specific shop. So we have a lot of fun putting these things together, and there's going to be some more funny sayings that we do and stuff. They're going to be coming here real soon. So it should be even more fun. Alex, anything else before we call her a close?
No. Well, yeah, couple things before we go. So I do have the next two episodes, the titles for the next two episodes.
Great.
Episode 13 is going to be called Infested. So take that for what it's worth.
That don't sound
And
good.
then, yeah, and then 14 is going to be called War Mantle.
Okay.
And so then after that, then we'll have the final two episodes. And I think the final two episodes, are those going to be played all at the same time? Like the first two episodes were?
I kind of hope so, but I don't think so. But I hope they are. I hope they do that. Because I think whatever they're gonna do in episode 15, obviously is just gonna roll right into 16. So don't make us wait a week. Just jam pack. I'd be fine if they just jammed us a whole, 3 episodes in one, just like squished it into one 1 hour show.
I don't think they're going to do it either, because looking at my information, so August the 6th will be episode 15, with the week later, August 13th will be the season finale.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang it. Darn it, man. That means we're going to be stuck on a cliffhanger somewhere in there. You know our motto on cliffhangers. Oh, good information, Alex. I appreciate it. Thanks for carving out the time, my friend.
All right. Hey, my pleasure.
All right. Hey, folks, so we are going to call it to a close. Be sure to get your feedback in every Friday right after you watch, please, so I can get it ready for the show as quick as possible. But we try to record every Saturday, roughly around lunchtime and such. So I like to have it well before then, so if possible. But we release the show every Saturday, and we thank you so much for all the thousands of you that have been tuning in. We appreciate you. And for more, head to tpenetwork.com. For Alex, I'm Hank. Until the next time, we're signing off.
See ya.
TPE Network. There ain't nothing else like it.